And Senator does not have like a use communication. At five, at five. The old one. We are. So I have both. I have both. So we're in this. Everyone's provided, so we just. That's fine. Yeah, no, that's basically. Like the bill petition. Yeah, but then. Here. I'm not excited for that. That should. That said. Yeah.
I now call this meeting to order at 5 p.m. Chief Justice Alojo, can you please lead us in the fight song?
What? Fight. Tigers fight. Yes, to see you.
We are now going to move into a roll call.
President Ali. Vice President Britton.
Here.
Treasurer Allen. Chief of Staff Hurley. Deputy Chief of Staff Brantley. Director of Academic Affairs Edwards. Assistant Director of Academic Affairs Kwame Yaboa. Director Bryant. Assistant Director Lane. Director Matthews. Assistant Director Reese. Director Flui. Assistant Director Animation. Director Reyes. Assistant Director Paredes. Director Kasaka. Assistant Director Johnson. Director Bullock. Assistant Director Dalton. Director Troden, Assistant Director Najoya, Director Ecard, Assistant Director Fitzgerald, Director Morgan, Assistant Director Young, Director Scott, there you go. Assistant Director Brown, Director Ifeji, Assistant Director Photo, Representative, Student Disability Representative Hannah, First Generation Low Income Representative Ajapyong, University Residence Government Representative Davis, Fraternity and Sorority Life Representative Andrew, Military and Veterans Representative Guilford, Graphic Designer Lizane Work, Photographer Lahai, Videographer Gineja, President Pro Tempore Tasker, Government Operations Chair Kelly, Appropriations Chair Miller, Senator Ataloglu, Senator Lawson, Senator Scromo, Senator Rivera Forbes, Senator Apia Kodwa, Senator Farrell, Senator Jonas, Senator Williams, Senator Rhines, Chief Justice Olojo, Deputy Chief Justice Blandon, Associate Justice Breedlove, Associate Justice Abbas, Associate Justice Nikita.
We are now going to move to approval of the minutes. Minutes are approved. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Appropriations Chair Miller.
I motion to add Senate Resolution 15 to the agenda.
Are there any seconds? A second. Thank you, Senator Williams.
We're on the agenda.
In confirmations. It's going to be in the last page of your packet. Waiting for all the votes. And with a vote of 11-0-0, the motion to amend the agenda to include resolution number 15 has passed. Are there any other amendments to the agenda? Hear none, see none. Okay, I'm going to move into guest speaker. Would University Citizens of Maryland Regent Rain Rivera Forbes please come forward to the mic?
Okay, everyone can hear me well? Yes. All righty, good evening and happy Tiger Tuesday. So I promise you all this will be brief. I'm not gonna take that long. I can't guarantee it'll be quick though, but I can't say it will be brief enough. I just want to make sure you all get a good understanding of what the University System of Maryland is. And as President Brenton introduced me, my name is Rain Rivera Forbes, and I am one of 2 student regents for the University System of Maryland that sits on the Board of Regents, and I'll explain more of exactly what that is. Next slide, please. All right, so the University System of Maryland is the state's public higher education system. So think like your county's Board of Education in high school and middle school. This is essentially what this is, but for public universities in Maryland. And the USM has 12 institutions and 3 regional higher education centers, which I'm going to show to you all later throughout the slides. And the system and office works closely together to leverage their collective enterprises and resources, sharing best practices, increasing the system's effectiveness and efficiency in advancing essentially the Maryland mission for higher education. Slide. All right, so by the numbers, as you can see, these are some pretty big numbers. Some of them are from the 2023 school year and some are from 2024. Majority of the ones where it talks about how many students we have, staffing, graduate, all of that, that's 2024. But as you can see for our budget for the fiscal year 2023, that's 2023. Our undergraduate students, we have about 132,000 students. And for our graduate students, we have 38,801. Altogether, we're looking at over 170,000 students in the system for this fall semester. And then our faculty, we have 17,086 staff, and this is over various different categories, various different jobs in the system. We have 18,778 individuals. So we have a lot of people, and for our graduate assistants, 6,224. Faculties, we have nearly 120 sites. You're on many of the sites now. Buildings, nearly 1,000. This also includes our 20 libraries. And then as you saw last year, our operating budget was the year before $7 billion. But there are a few deficits going on in the state of Maryland, so that is subject to change each year. Next slide. All right. Now, these are the schools that are a part of the University System of Maryland. And like I said, it's 12 institutions. So we have Bowie State University, Coppin State University, Frostburg State University, and Salisbury University. And then continuing, we have obviously our school, Towson University, University of Baltimore. Sorry, I included links on there if y'all wanted to learn about the schools. Okay, University of Maryland, Baltimore, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. You're definitely gonna hear some schools you probably haven't heard of because there were schools that I didn't know were in the state of Maryland as well, but we're all in this together. Next slide, please. And then we have University of Maryland College Park, so that's UMD, University of Maryland Center for Environmental Science, and a few of these schools are actually in Baltimore with us, and University of Maryland Eastern Shore alongside University of Maryland Global Campus. Next slide, yes. And then for our regional centers, so these aren't exactly institutions, we have University at Shady Grove, University System of Maryland Hagerstown, and University System of Maryland at Southern Maryland. So these are other opportunities for our students as well. And sometimes you'll see more of our regional centers for students who may not be looking for the exact 4-year on-campus education. They might have other regions like, for instance, University at Shady Grove, or even University of Maryland Global Campus, for instance. We have a lot of military students that attend there, or a lot of students that are parents as well. Next slide, please. Okay, now for the Board of Regents. The Board of Regents is a 21-member board, so it's a lot of us on there. And this is including the 2 student regents that govern the University System of Maryland. We're appointed by the governor, the president of the Senate, and the speaker of the House. And the regents oversee the system's academic, administrative, and financial operations. We formulate policy, and we appoint the University System of Maryland chancellor and the presidents of the system's 12 institutions. Think of your chancellor like, for instance, a superintendent of a school system. That's kind of what the chancellor is for the University System of Maryland. And the office for the University System of Maryland it's a location located here in Baltimore. And you can go there. It's really cool. Okay. Now, with the exception of the student members, which we serve a 2-year term, every other board regent is appointed for a term of 5 years. So that's a decent amount of time that someone can serve. And some also serve 2 consecutive terms, but you can't serve more than that. So it's the same like a presidential seat. Once you hit those 2 terms, you can't serve anymore. And student regents, I said 2 terms and may be reappointed. May is a big, like, most of the time it doesn't happen. Yeah. Okay. Now, these are some of our standing committees. Just like SGA, we have committees that we work on as well. We also have our work groups. Before I get into our committees, the biggest difference between our standing committees and our work groups is that for your standing committees, think of that more like permanent. We're always going to have these committees unless we change something in the policy, which I doubt would happen, at least at my time here. And it's usually the biggest important issues that are we're constantly facing in the university system. However, work groups, think of those like ad hoc committees. And if you don't know what an ad hoc committee is, it's essentially like, let's say, for instance, SGA this year decides we want to do, I don't know, what do we want to focus on? We want to focus on some random event. I'm not gonna think too hard here, but we focus on some random event and we decide that we want to take action in it. Let's say we're gonna form a separate committee that specifically focuses on planning this event for that time period. But next year, we might not have that committee again. Sometimes like some of our items on the budget that didn't end up making it to this year because we didn't have a need for it, like our election fund. We just didn't need that at that moment. That's what our work groups are. Now, For our committees, we have the Committee on Advancement and Committee on Audit, Committee on Finance, Committee on Education Policy, Student Life and Safety. This is a committee that I currently sit on. I sit on 2 as of right now, but some regions sit on like all committees or 4 or 3. And with these committees, I will say the Committee on Education Policy, Student Life and Safety is where you're gonna see most of like student policies, most student discussions going through there. And then the Committee on Governance and Compensation as well, and the Committee on Finance is another place where, again, a lot of things about students are being discussed there. Because the University System of Maryland Board of Regents also votes on our tuition and fees. So keep that in mind as well for each institution under the school system. And then we also have a Committee on Intercollegiate Athletics and Student Athlete Health and Welfare. That's a committee I also sit on, so again, athlete-related, health, safety, all of that, think of that in there. Then the Committee on Research and Economic Development. So this is research for our students, research opportunities. And then for our 2 work groups, we have our enrollment work group, and then we have the University System of Maryland Strategic Communications work group. So these are 2 focuses for this school year. Next slide, please. All right, now for the student regions. So like I said, there are 2 of us, as you can see, me right there, Rain. Yeah. And then we also have Drew Bach. He is the most senior student regent, and I'm gonna get more into exactly what that means, but essentially the most senior student regent is voting and the junior regent is non-voting. So this year I do not vote and he's the one who votes. But however, we are a unified unit. I'm still a full board member. Just because I can't vote doesn't mean I can't speak. I have to attend everything he attends and so on. I just don't get to vote. So kind of like the president of the Senate, but in different ways. Yeah, kind of like that. All right. And y'all tracking me? Y'all see how I'm flying through this? So y'all gotta give me some good faces, like y'all. I know it's not too fun, but it's exciting. Yeah. Okay. Then, as you know, like I said, there are 2 student regents who must be full-time students, except if you attend the University of Maryland Global Campus. Like I explained, it's a little bit different. If you're a student attending there, different expectations, different responsibilities. They're allowed to be part-time students, but all of us have to be in good academic standing, and all of us represent over 170,000 students. So that's every graduate or undergraduate student that attends one of those 12 institutions or 3 regional centers. We represent all of you on the Board of Regents. Very, very big appointment. And again, we're appointed by the governor with the advice of the Senate, and our term begins July 1st. And like I said, we have a 2-year term. So our term ends as soon as July 1st hits again at the end. For me, I was appointed in 2025, so my term ends in 2027. And for Drew Bach right now, he was appointed in 2024, so his term ends next year. And that's kind of how you see it. As student regent, when you do, if anyone here decides to apply, it's really nice. If you do get the opportunity to do it, you do have to not graduate past a certain time period. So for me, I couldn't graduate earlier than 2027 because my term doesn't end until 2027. So if I decided, okay, I'm gonna graduate this year or 2026, I wouldn't have been able to take the position. So just keep that in mind. Most student regents are in their sophomore years, and so they serve their junior and senior year. I just happened to do a freshman year. Don't know why, guys. I love it here though. Very happy for the opportunity. Okay, and then again, as I told you, the voting rights of the 2 of us, I have a voice. I just want to make that very clear. Just because somebody doesn't vote doesn't mean they don't have a voice. The Board of Regents, they're very big on hearing both of us as student leaders and hearing the University System Maryland Student Councils. So I'm going to get into there. Regents, you know, we serve on committees, but we're also ex officio members of the University System of Maryland Student Council. And this is something you all can get involved in. Yay! Oh, okay. Next slide. Okay, so what is the University System of Maryland Student Council? The University System of Maryland Student Council is one of 4 councils established during the reconstruction of higher education in the University System of Maryland. And of the other councils, they're not student councils. Those are like for presidents and so on. They're not student-based. This is specifically student-based. So it's ran by students, it's done by students, and this is students on the undergraduate and graduate level. So we try to really bridge the connection between GSA and SGA. And if you don't know what GSA is, that's Graduate Student Association, similar to SGA. And President Brenton Vice President Brenton. Oh, don't get me like that. Sorry. Vice President Brenton and President Ali attended the University System of Maryland Student Council's launch, which was a very important event. And you'll hear more about that as well as student leaders. Okay, moving forward. So The system was created to advise the chancellor. They work directly with the chancellor of the school system, and it derives its authority from the Board of Regents. The primary function of the University System of Maryland Student Council is to advise the chancellor, the Board of Regents, and elected officials on issues and matters. So this means, for instance, sometimes when we go to Annapolis for Tiger Pride Day, University System of Maryland Student Council members will go as well and advocate on the behalf of the University System of Maryland. And they'll also advocate on behalf of their institutions too. Lastly, the Board of Regents does have a student excellence scholarship that I really recommend you all take advantage of. I'm going to send, I don't remember who, but I'm gonna send a link to whoever's supposed to go to so they can put it in the group chat so you guys can take advantage of it. Usually, I think it closes the end of this year. So once it opens up, I'll make sure you all know, but again, take advantage of it. I think you do have to have a specific GPA, but again, it's money and it's about 2,000, I believe, per student. And you get a cute stole you can wear at graduation, so that's, yeah, okay, next slide, please. All right, so how to apply to the University System of Maryland Student Council. I expect to see at least 3 applicants, y'all. 3 applicants for this upcoming year. Can we do that? Yes, no? Okay, okay. Work with me here, y'all. So we don't have any Towson representatives. Like, I hope somebody does take advantage of it. Essentially, representatives are typically the president or vice president. So President Ali, Vice President Brenton, you'll see them there. But we also have proxies. So this is like, for instance, Treasurer Allen can come in and they'll essentially participate in the position for the president or vice president if they cannot attend. And they are the members of the University System of Maryland Student Council, along with the graduate students too. So you have the opportunity to apply for a director role. And this is how you can really start the groundwork of getting involved instead of just going straight to the executive board. You can lead one of the 4 committees, which are governmental relations, student affairs, diversity and inclusion, or communications and marketing. And these are all committees that play a really vital role. And every single director has a co-director. So don't think, oh, if I don't get director, I still can't have opportunity. You can always be a co-director. And for elections, let's say you want to be on the executive board, the executive board also selects the director, so keep that in mind too. If you want to do that, you'll have to be nominated, and that's a completely different process that I will talk to you about, but I always recommend don't run for the executive board of an organization you haven't worked in yet. You got to know what positions do before you step up, so just keep that in mind. All right, directors don't vote. They are representatives on the institution, but they serve every single student in the University System of Maryland. Next, oh, and when director positions are open, you will hear from President Ali. She'll be able to communicate that with you all because we'll communicate that to her. Next slide. All right. That's the other fast.
Director of Academic Affairs.
Hi, okay, so the athletics committee that you sit on, I just have 2 questions with that. So do you guys, I guess, work at the NCAA level only or all the 12 institutions, club sports? And then I guess the second part to that question is that you guys get say in decisions at the NCAA level as they are like a private, not-for-profit? Like, how does that, your role within the committee and like its role within the school's athletics, how does that work?
That's a great question. I did just have my first committee meeting, but I can answer that still, to some clarity. What we do focus on that level of athletics. We focus on every single form of athletics, especially for our Big Ten schools like UMD that are here in the state of Maryland. We communicate with them, but we can't tell them, oh, we're not doing this. Because every single entity, it's its own entity, like how do you say it again?
The NCAA.
Okay, I didn't want to say it wrong. Yeah, the NCAA, yes. Because we did actually have a discussion about them during our meeting. We can't tell them, oh, we need to do this a certain way. But I believe there's the president of UMD sits on a specific board that, as a Big Ten school in collaboration with them. So it is based on your institution. You communicate and then we communicate with them on higher levels, but again, we don't tell them what to do. And the capacity we serve is really just policies or let's say issues they may happen in the athletic level that's big in the University System of Maryland. They'll come to us and that's what we focus on. But yeah, as I get more time in this role, I'll definitely let you know exactly how our committee works.
Lovely, thank you.
Appropriations Chair Miller.
So for the University System of Maryland Student Council, are the primary ways for students to be involved? Those are generally the presidents and vice presidents, directors, for like new students that are interested.
Yes, that's mainly the way, because the function of the University System of Maryland Student Councils is to bridge all of the SGAs together, and then for us all to be one big voice to the chancellor. And they also have the responsibility of electing the new student regent, so President Ali will actually join me in that process later in December. However, if you are really interested, I would recommend talking to President Ali just to see if you can hear more about it and what you can get involved to alongside it, and possibly applying for it too.
Thank you.
Director Fleury.
For the USM Student Council, are the committees like the DEI, Communications and Marketing, is it only the director and co-director, or can you just be a member?
Yeah, so it's the director and co-director. It's kind of like they work together. We're just one big board. But we're not, like, we're an executive board. We're not, because the council, the members are the presidents and vice presidents, if that makes sense. So yeah, it is director and co-director. But again, if you do want to get involved, especially, I know something we were discussing at the launch is communicating with more diversity and inclusion directors, just so they can be involved in the process. And we're actually also planning school visits too. So you'll hear about that soon from President Ali, and she'll communicate with you on that. And then you can see the pipeline between there.
Okay.
Emphasis pipeline.
Assistant Director Aminasham.
What do the schedules of people who are in the director and co-director positions look like? Like,
So I'm not a co-director or director, y'all. So I don't know exactly what they do because I did just start the position. But mainly they attend, majority of the meetings that I attend, we have our executive board meetings and we vote on these currently. They're not specific days, but usually they're on Sundays. And they're about an hour to 2 hours long. It depends on exactly what we're talking about. And then any University System of Maryland Student Council events that we have to attend, I believe outside of selecting a new regent, the directors are usually at. So just think of it like that. Any event they have, you're 9 times out of 10 gonna be there. And then the separate things that you have to do in your role, like for instance, if you want to go on school visits or you want to communicate with certain schools, you would do it in that capacity. I only know the regent schedule, y'all. That's all.
Any other questions? Associate Justice Breedlove.
So I know you were saying about how students can get involved is with the councils, but I was wondering about the committees because something that sparked interest for me was the Education Policy and Student Life Committee. And I was wondering, is there any way for students to like get a chance to be involved in those or not?
So you're able to watch the committee meetings, but directly I would be the communication between the Board of Regents and whatever plans you have in focus. And I do plan to visit all 12 institutions and all their student government associations, just like have an opportunity to learn about exactly what they want to communicate, what they want the Board of Regents to hear. During that time when I do have my meeting with Towson, because I will eventually when I communicate with President Ali, we can talk about that. And if you want to talk to me on the side as well about any ideas you have, definitely I'm here to help you.
All right, thank you very much.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Regent Rivera Forbes. Okay, public participation in student concerns. Hear none, see none. We are now going to move in communications. Advisors' remarks.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. I hope y'all are doing well. I have 2 announcements. The first one is, Ms. Janaya hasn't received all of the executed office hour agreements from our paid members. So it's a two-sided document. If you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you come talk to Janaya so you can pick one up, fill it out, and return it back to her. For our non-paid members, we also still need to collect your office hours. So the blank documents for that, the blank documents for that will be also available in the office. Now that ad drop period is over, y'all should have set schedules. You also should have set office hours for when you will be in the office to complete your time. Again, there will be exceptions for those times that you're supporting an SGA-based event. You will adjust in the moment, but we do need to collect your office hours so that we have a record. Second announcement is that homecoming is actually coming sooner than we think. There are multiple ways for you all to get involved. The Student Activities Office is who plans that. There is an announcement in Involved at TU. So Royalty Court is open and available for juniors and seniors. Make sure you submit your interest application. And then there was one other thing, court. Oh, the talent show. If you have a talent that you want to share, or if you have a group of friends who have a talent that they want to share with the campus, make sure you also submit, I don't think it's an application, like your tryout video. But if you have a talent you want to share, we'd love to see it during homecoming week. I do believe SGA is participating in homecoming, but I'll leave that to the student leaders to share more. I yield.
Appropriations Chair Miller.
Hello, everybody, and happy Tiger Tuesday. Appropriations Committee did not meet this week in lieu of the Senator Legislation Workshop, but we will be meeting next week, Tuesday, 3:30 to 4:30, to go over the financial policy for student organizations. Any questions? With that, I yield.
Government Operations Chair Kelly.
All right, good evening, everybody. So the Government Operations Committee met last Friday at 4 p.m. We went over all the resolutions that were on the floor. Resolution number 8 was deemed favorable with amendments. Resolution number 9 was also deemed favorable with amendments. Resolution number 10 was deemed favorable, and resolution number 11 was deemed favorable with amendments. Any questions? All right, with that, I yield.
President Pro Tem Portmaster.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Okay, I have a couple of announcements for the Senate, so be brief. I'll try my best to be brief, but on Sunday, September 7th, I sent out a sign up genius to the Senate legislation group chat. If you did not sign up for a slot, but you still need to attend Thursday at 3:30 to 4:30, please come see me after GA because I'm taking attendance of everyone that does come. So far, everybody that signed up for their Tuesday slot today from 3:30 to 4:30 was in attendance, so I appreciate you all for being on time and being there. No reports are going out to Attorney General Sonia for that, so good job for that, and for your attendance to all committee meetings. I haven't heard that anyone's been late for their meetings so far, so we do appreciate that. I also appreciate the enthusiasm at the government operations meeting that you all had on Friday. I heard it was a very productive meeting, and I was just proud of like some voices that were spoken there as well. We do have an update from our monthly Senate meeting that I announced last Tuesday. Vice President Britton, as well as Senate leadership, we will be having a meeting September 19th from 4 to 5 p.m. That will be in replacement of GovOps. We looked at everyone's schedule, so everyone should be there. If you have any conflicting interests, please also come speak with me after General Assembly, because everyone, again, should be there. It's going to be interactive, fun. We'll also go over some groundwork for the semester. My last update is that rules did meet last Thursday. We met from 3:30 to 4:30. We won't be meeting this Thursday because we'll be having a legislation workshop at this time. We did go over Senate Bill 1 and we found it friendly with no amendments, and it was a vote of 6-0-0. And then this Thursday, we won't have a meeting, but I'll still be sending some updates because we have 2 upcoming bills to look at just for you all to review before our next meeting. And are there any questions? And with that, I yield.
President Ali.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everybody.
Just some quick housekeeping.
when you are calling out, and Attorney General Sonia will speak more about this, but when you are calling out, are you duty to make an absence request? Messaging one of the e-board members on GroupMe is not enough. You still need to fill out an absence request. We just want to make sure that we're abiding by Attorney General's rules when we are submitting absence requests when we are not going to be able to make something. Okay. This past Friday, September 5th, we had the Homeland Security Investigations Advocacy Conversation. It was very productive, very surprisingly productive. We had a lot of input from the people in attendance. One of the main groups being in attendance for YDSA. We had a lot of communication initiatives come out of it, so be ready to see those being rolled out and be ready to help out in any way that you possibly can while our campus is navigating this current predicament. This past week and past 2 weeks, I want to say, I've met with TU Foundation, Academic Senate. I've had my 2-on-1 with Dr. Hurt and Vice President Brenton. All went very well. These were starter meetings, so more updates will come out as the meetings continue throughout the semester. I recently sent out to the Senate leadership as well as the judicial team completely. I sent out a shared governance when to meet link. If you will go back in your, if you haven't signed up already, please go back in your email to find that link in that email from me. 104th President Ryan's tried to start these meetings. I think that the initiative is very good and I would like to continue it on in this 105th administration. So if you can sign up that one to meet and then we can find a time that works for everybody to meet, that would be great. Okay. I sent some, oh, also, this past Monday, I sent out an email to the executive cabinet as well as the Senate cabinet and the judicial cabinet as well, for you guys to host pre-meetings. Starting October, the first week of October, you guys will now be in charge of hosting pre-meetings. They should have a part of the pre-meeting should go towards what your job responsibilities is, what you do within SGA, and the second part of that pre-meeting should be a bonding activity. If you have not signed up already yet, I only have 2 signups, so if you guys haven't signed up already yet, executive cabinet, please find a time that works for you and your AD to sign up. If you are within the legislative branch, please speak to your Senate leadership. They will sign up for you guys, and then judicial, you guys have already talked to me, so we're good on that. And again, now my favorite time of the week. We're gonna do member of the week. Can I get a drum roll, please? Okay. This member of the week comes highly favorable by her Senate leadership. Again, one person that I saw come into retreat and just showed immediate passion, and it's something that is admirable and should be acknowledged. So without further ado, the member of the week is Senator Speroma. Congratulations. I ask that you find Kayana after pre-meeting so you can do your member of the week responsibilities. And with that, I yield.
Treasurer Allen.
Alright, hey guys, just a very quick note. If you guys are submitting an IES form, please make sure that what you're asking for, what you would like Susan to purchase, make sure that it's at least 2 weeks out from your event time. Sometimes you guys will submit an IES and it has a very quick turnaround. We don't have Amazon Prime and we don't have anything like expedited shipping, so we're gonna need like at least 2 weeks just to get everything ordered and make sure everything's on time. Good, questions? Slay, with that I yield.
Attorney General Sonia.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. A few things for me. So, weekly reports first. I did mention this previously at pre-meeting, but a lot of weekly reports aren't in the right format. Your weekly report needs to have the date that you were in the office, the time you were in the office, and for how long. Making sure that you have that on your weekly report is very important, because how can I tell when you're in the office? So, denials for weekly reports for this week have been sent. Stay tuned for the rest. What else? On that note, please do make sure you're coming to the office for your threshold of office hours. Directors, 10 hours, assistant directors, 5 hours, unless otherwise, approved by anybody on the exec board, mostly me. So make sure you are reaching those threshold hours or else it will be denied as well. Also, I do want to touch on GA etiquette phone usage is strictly prohibited. I know the hours can be long, but you know what you signed up for when you decided to be in the 105th administration. Having your phone out is not, you can't do that. Unless you do have your, unless you have approval from the exec board for your laptop, you also cannot have your laptop as well. As for stepping out, whether it be for something else, using the bathroom, or you just need some air, whatever the case may be, please do use a point of personal privilege. That is when you signal your hand in the air, you get somebody's attention up here, and then you're good to go. Unless you talk to me prior or somebody on the exec board prior, that is not allowed as well. Like President Ali mentioned, absence request forms, you can have an emergency. We all do go through life, and that is okay. Unless it is like pre-planned, emergencies are pre-planned, or whatever the case may be for when you are absent, pre-meeting GA, your Senate committee, or the open house, mandatory meetings, whatever the case may be, make sure you do get that absence request form in 48 hours prior. Unless it's an emergency, do get it in as soon as possible from whenever that happened. And then the last thing for me would be communication. Please do communicate any attendance discrepancies with me and the exec board as well. Your liaison, if you prefer to go to your liaison, that's fine, but please do reach out to me directly through email. So I have that documented, because you don't want to get penalized for something that you told somebody else, but you didn't tell me. Okay, and then, yeah, I think that's it. Any questions?
I had a question for
Yeah.
For the emails that was sent out for the weekly reports that was denied or that wasn't in the correct format, that's for the first week, right? Not for the second week, or is it?
Let's talk after. For you, I do remember your case, but you don't want to tell me. So let's talk after. Any other questions? With that, I yield.
Chief of Staff Hurley.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. Okay, so be on the lookout for a slideshow. I'll be sending it out to directors and assistant directors, explaining what their requirements are for your events and how to form and all that stuff, so y'all can kind of get the gist of it. And then next pre-meeting will be in the Career Center, meet at the Career Center at 5 o'clock. We will be doing a meet and greet from them from 5 to 6, so it'll take up the whole pre-meeting. So plan accordingly. With that, I yield. My bad, guys. This pre-meeting coming up on Thursday, September 11th. Yeah, with that, I yield.
Department of Academic Affairs.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So last week, Assistant Director Yabova and I had our one-on-one with Chief of Staff Hurley, where we just kind of discussed our initiatives that we're excited to present to you guys when they start to roll out for the semester. So be on the lookout for those. And then also, as we set up communications with the provost to meet monthly, as we're going to be doing, we plan to bring up and just kind of address the concerns stated in resolution number 9 that the Senate presented last week and the week prior regarding discrepancies in the classroom with textbooks and just costs and efficiency with professors to student, what they're going to be utilizing. So yeah, and we look forward to share more details with you guys on how that communication goes. Any questions? Great, I yield.
Department of Communications.
Director Bryant and I discussed, with Vice President Brentini and President Ali, kind of kickstarting the SGA website. So we're gonna be doing more work with that, trying to build the foundation for it. And any questions? I believe, yes.
Director Edwards.
Thank you. Will directors or just anyone be able to collaborate with you guys on content they might want created and put up on the website?
I believe so. Starting off, we're more so gonna have. No. That I do.
President Ali.
The website is mainly for updating, oh, point of clarification, so sorry. The website's mainly for updating students on what legislation has been passed. If you are looking for putting your event somewhere, I believe involve.tu would be like the next place for that to collaborate and to put your events out there, but the website's mainly for Senate stuff, and if any, legislation gets passed to put the bill up there, just to update the student body on what SGA is doing inside the legislative and judicial branch.
Department of Community Outreach.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So me and my ID, we created an Excel sheet that we're gonna track everybody's hours on. Especially when it comes to inputting your hours on Impact You, don't do it, we will do it for you. When you do go to community service, just make sure that you're taking a picture and sending us proof so that we can make sure that you're getting your hours. Also, I just want to reiterate, because I know there was a little bit of confusion, if you're on the executive board, the executive cabinet, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch, you need your 5 hours by the end of the semester. And 1 hour must be from an SGA event. I will stop taking hours the last week before class ends, or last week before classes end the semester. And then also, there's a community service opportunity the 12th and the 19th that we'll be doing with Meals on Wheels. It's their morning shift. Both the 12th and the 19th are Fridays, and it's gonna be from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. If you have volunteered there, you don't need to fill out their volunteer application, but if you haven't, you need to. My AD will send it to the group chat that we made for community service. Details on parking, where to meet, their guidelines that you need to follow while volunteering will also be sent to the group me. If you have any more questions, you can reach out to me or my AD. With that, I yield.
Department of Diversity and Inclusion.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Bring a little bit more brightness. If you guys don't know, Hispanic Heritage Month does start September 15th. Yeah. And I am collaborating with SIA and La Voz Latina, which is a newsletter. If you guys do not know of them, I do recommend. They are talking about a lot going on campus. And we do have an upcoming event, hopefully the second week of September. Hopefully it's on September 15th, but everybody's having events right now, so just be on the lookout. We will be having, it's like a bingo event. Just come support. If you have any questions, if you guys have any other ideas of what you may want to do, let me know. With that, I yield.
Department of Governmental Affairs.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everybody. Okay, I really just have one thing. So we are partnering up with the Office of Civic Engagement for a voter registration tabling event. I don't know why I turned off my phone. It will be September 16th, which is next Tuesday from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. We're just asking that a couple members from SGA help us out with tabling. We're gonna be creating like a fun mix match voter game, still TBD on the game. But we were gonna send out a simultaneous, we never sent it out, but if you can and want to help us out, just let me know after GA. Any questions? Arayo?
Department of Health and Wellness.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone.
Happy Tiger Tuesday.
All right, so I have one announcement. So we're going to have our annual blood drive collaborating with American Red Cross. It's happening in the ballrooms in the Union on Wednesday, September 24th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. They're looking for both volunteers to help set up and facilitate the event and also donors. A sign of genius will be made by the end of the week. By Friday, 5 p.m., it will be sent out in the group chat by then. And that's just for the volunteering, but there will also be a separate link sent out for you guys if you guys want to donate and to make an appointment for that as well. And if you do volunteer, you can get some community service hours. So you guys should, try to figure that out. Yeah. But if you do volunteer, like Director Matthews already stated, be sure to send a picture to her or AD Reese, basically claiming that you were there and that proof that you were there to receive your community hours for volunteering. But if you have any more questions, let me know. But yeah.
All right, Department of Marketing.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So the first thing, I know I mentioned this last week, but this Friday at 12 o'clock, we're gonna be filming SGA Answers Questions and Misconceptions. Title's a little bit in the works, but I sent out a message in the group meet and I need 2 to 3 more people to come be in the video. So if you want to, please just go like the message and then I'll send you a follow-up with more information afterwards. Then on next Monday, I'm probably gonna send another message. I wanted to make a Happy Tiger Tuesday video to post next Tuesday. So I'll send a message, see if anyone's around. So if you want to be in that, just come see me or my AD and you guys can be in the video. And with that, I yield.
Department of New Student Development.
Hi, no report.
Department of Special Projects.
Good evening, no report.
Department of Student Organizations.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. So the student organization newsletter was sent out yesterday. If you would like to promote anything in the newsletter for the student orgs, please find me or my AD and we will do that for you guys. And with that, I yield.
Department of Student Services and Affairs.
Good afternoon. Me and my AD, we're continuing the street team from last year that the Department of Services and Affairs did. So information's coming out soon. We're trying to do it next week. So we're just trying to collaborate with the executive board to figure it out.
With that, I yield. Department of Sustainability.
No report.
First Gen Representative. Fraternity and Sorority Life Representative.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tiger Tuesday. I have quite the report. There's a lot going on in the world of Greek life. Just to start us off, the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life will be having a general interest meeting this Friday, September 12th at 3:30 p.m. This is for anyone that missed the council orientations or interest meetings. This will take place in person and online. It'll take place in person in LA 1201, and the Zoom link is provided in their bio at TU Greek Life. As far as our Greek ambassador team, I met with them this past Friday as well as with the director of Fraternity and Sorority Life, and we just discussed some of our goals for the semester. And one of our main goals is to connect and really bridge the gap between the Towson student community as well as Greek life. So working through social media, trying to break that barrier, and also having an open space where any Towson student can come and ask questions that may feel uncomfortable in bigger spaces, as well as getting more information about Greek life without it feeling intimidating. So more details to come, as well as more things on our social media. As far as what's taking place within the councils, Rush is taking place for IGC, IFC, as well as Pan Hellenic Association. As far as IGC, there was an open house yesterday. Alpha Kappa Psi is hosting a fundraiser on September 16th in Union from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Kappa Kappa Psi, Phi Mu Alpha, as well as Tau Beta Sigma and Phi Sigma Pi is having events this whole week for Rush. Visit their Instagrams for more information. As far as IFC as well as PHA, they both have a few things going on. IFC is hosting a collab with Towson Athletics with a tailgate on September 20th. And Panhandle held a meet and greet this past Friday. Bear with me for the next two councils. As far as MGC, Lambda Theta Alpha Latin Sorority Incorporated is holding their first fall informational next Wednesday, September 17th in LA 3103 at 7 p.m. Sigma Iota Alpha Sorority Incorporated is hosting a Know Your Rights community canvassing this Saturday, September 13th at 11 a.m. For more information and registration, please visit their Instagram at Sia_Towson. Lastly, for this council, Alpha Sigma Rho is holding Rush as well, and more information is on their Instagram as well at Towson ASR. As far as MPHC, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated will be collaborating with BSU in their Why Did I Get Married event, talking about Black love and relationships in LA 2202 from 5 to 6 p.m. tomorrow. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated will be holding a Pearls and Planners event tomorrow in LA 1201 at 7:08 p.m. More information is on their Instagram at Lambda Beta _ AKA. Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated will be holding a bake sale next Wednesday in front of Union on September 17th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Pre-order link will open at the end of this week. Lastly, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated will be having a yoga event tomorrow in West Village Commons 307. They're also hosting World Tuesday tabling every Tuesday from 12 to 3 p.m. And they are also having a $30 raffle for a Green Turtle gift card. And more information is on their Instagram at Towson_pool. Does anyone have any questions? And with that, I yield.
Military and Veterans Representative.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Second. Okay, nothing too much, just reminders that on September 24th, we are doing a family and vets game night. I would like you guys to attend if you are available. And then we are also going to be at the tailgate during family weekend in the Go Zone. And if anybody wants to do volunteer work for service hours on November 8th for the resource fair, then I can send that in one of the two group chats. And that's it.
Student Disability Representative.
Hey guys, I got events now. Okay. So, two events to highlight this week. We have the Disconnect. It's every Friday. It's very consistent. It's a consistent space to make connections, meet new friends, or even study and build community. It's really about giving students a place to and bond at the end of the week. Okay, this event will take place in this building, UU 146B. And then we have another one that's called Diversity, DYE, Diversity Box. It's in October where students can create tie-dye socks. And I'm working on collaborating with the Special Olympics. I'm hoping I can, share some more events with you guys in the future. But on March 21st, everyone can wear the socks that they create at the event to show support for inclusion and awareness. Because we all know March 21st is World Down Syndrome Day and International Day for elimination of racial discrimination. Please see Chief of Staff Hurley or me for more information on these events. Thank you.
Assistant Director Lane.
I can just project, it's okay.
Sorry about that. Can you repeat the name of the event that's occurring in University Union Room 146?
Oh. It's called Disconnect. Disconnect, it's every Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. That's the one, right? UU 13146B.
University Residence Group Representative.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. Okay, so, this week is our building council election week. It ends Friday. You guys can vote for people within your residence hall or really any residence hall as many times as you want, but please, I recommend just doing it once. I have to help read those. It's a lot. I don't know if you've noticed, but in the lobby of the residence halls, there's like this poster board with the candidates and the paragraph they wrote. It's very fancy, very new. We found those in our club. And the second thing I have is that we have our biggest event, our iHeart FO event, this upcoming Tuesday, next week, September 16th in Union Ballroom D&E from 7 to 9 p.m. I am needed at 4. I have no idea why. So I may or may not be here. The first of 150 people in line will get a free iHeart FO shirt. If not, they are sold inside for about $15. There's other stuff that they sell. Ask them. Any questions?
President Ali.
What time is that event that you were just speaking about?
The event is from 7 to 9 p.m. Needed at 4. Yeah. Anything else? Okay, with that, I yield.
Transfer Council Representative. Council Representative. Yeah. Freshman Council Representative.
Hello, never bored.
Okay, happy Tiger Tuesday, everybody. Just the usual, when you're finished at the end, please return your nameplates to the box in the back. You see that right there, until it says turn. That box right there near the recycling. If you are not using your agendas, please recycle those in the recycling bins because I like to preserve them. Other than that, like President Pro Tempore Tasker said, we are having the legislative workshops currently right now. I think all senators should be signed up for one. We did the sign out genius that was sent out recently. The first one was today from 3:30 to 4:30. And again, the second one will be later this week from 3:30 to 4:30. Also other things, I believe. So this Friday, the 101 sign up genius will be sent out. Other than that, oh, we also have the monthly meeting plan as well, like President Pro Tempore Tasker said. Other than that, with that, I yield. Are there any opinions of the court?
Happy Tiger Tuesday. So we do have upcoming appeals, coming this week. One is, the African Diaspora Club appeal, on Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. And then we have, Original Blend on Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. And then following after that will be Teachers of Towson from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And then we are meeting with the director, Dr. Whitty of the Office of Student Accountability and Restorative Practices along with her staff and members of the Senate next Friday, the 19th at 2 p.m. And with that, I yield.
Senators, we will now be moving into a quorum call. Please press yes on your clickers to demonstrate that you are present. Are there any motions on the floor? Government Operations Chair Kelly.
Motion to review resolution number 14.
Are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Piacolo. The motion to review Senate Resolution number 14 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. May Kyle Hastings come to the floor, please? You may present your case.
Hi, good evening. I'm Kyle Hastings. I'm seeking to be the senator of the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics in the 105th administration. And I look forward to working with all of you and meeting all of you. Thank you.
Are there any questions? Appropriations Chair Miller.
Hi, it's great to see you. My question was, what are some ideas that you would like to bring to the Senate that you would like to see, acted upon if you should be elected?
Thank you for your question. Something that I'm personally invested in and something that I've already been looking for a solution to is furthering undergraduate research here in the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics. I had the pleasure of speaking with Dr. Falcone this afternoon about this very topic regarding research. And from what I've gathered, a solution I'd like to implement is encouraging professors that are conducting research to post publicly the status of their labs, specifically whether they are looking for undergraduate researchers or whether they have all the help they need at that time.
Thank you. And I would love to talk with you more on that. I work on the Appropriations Committee and we do have a designated undergraduate research fund. So if you have ideas to work on that, I would love to work on it, marketing with you.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Vice President Britton.
Could you share a little bit more about your leadership experience?
Thank you for your question. Yes, so on the way of earning my Eagle Scout, I served in near every position in my troop's leadership. Notably, I served as the senior patrol leader, which is apparently paramount to the president of the SGA. In that role, I conducted weekly meetings, I organized troop activities, and I coordinated communications among all of the subunits of the troop. Additionally, I served more than several terms as my troop secretary described, in which I started the practice of keeping typed notes in meetings and disseminating them afterwards to keep all members of the troop informed of changes in plans and upcoming events and meeting notes. Thank you.
I recommend that a member of the Senate yield their time to Director Edwards.
I yield my time to Director Edwards.
Thank you, Appropriations Chair Miller. Director Edwards.
Hi. Classification and major?
Sorry, yes. My major is biology, and first year student, sophomore by credit.
Thank you.
Senator Rhines.
Hi, nice to meet you. Can you tell us a little bit more, like, what type of person you are, like a fun fact would work?
Thank you for your question. I have never ridden a roller coaster before.
Point of order. Are there any other questions? President Ali.
Hi. I heard you mention that you were a freshman. What about Towson SGA as a freshman stood out to you? A lot of us are more in our seniority, right? Seniority, but we often do find freshmen that come to us, and I always think that they have a very interesting reason as to why they chose to do SGA their freshman year.
Thank you for your question. I'm a strong believer that the best way to make change is to get involved by the means at my disposal. And like all of you, the freshmen that you mentioned, I've stepped into this leadership to do good and to promote the general welfare of the student body, as well as represent the constituents of the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics. Thank you.
Are there any other questions for Kyle? All right, and with that, Kyle, may you step out while we deliberate. Thank you. Can we close the door, guys? All right, is there anyone that would like to speak on Kyle's behalf? Senator Ryan? Hello. Immediately, I think that's a phenomenal young man, honestly, and senators, I implore you to vote yes. It's a freshman who's really competent and really understands the kind of goings and is so intelligent and really speaks well and is a cool guy. And I really implore you guys, like seriously, like vote that. We need more of that here. I really think so. Considering that we have so many people interested speaking on Kyle's behalf, I'll only take 3 more and I will go with President Ali.
And like Senator Ryan said, truly him stepping up to that mic, I've truly honestly never been so floored by passion before. And point of order. No, I'm so serious. I do think it's very imperative that we are bringing in younger voices. I speak about this a lot of times when it is SGA members who have been here longer and they come into SGA. It's kind of the echo chamber. We hear the same ideas over and over again, the same problems, the same grievances. But what a freshman offers to the table is a new insight. And I think he will be a great addition to the Senate seat of the Fisher College of Business.
Vice President Britton.
I want to echo President Ali's statement about passion. If you guys go back and watch recordings of the last couple General Assemblies, you will see that Kyle has been sitting in the back of these General Assemblies watching us. And he has been communicating with our senators after General Assembly to figure out more about our organization. And that passion has been very clear from when I introduced myself to Kyle. And his passion not only for the Senate, not only for student advocacy, but for his college in specific has been very noteworthy. So that I yield.
I recommend that a member of the Senate yield their time to Assistant Director Njoya. I gotta write this down. Appropriations Chair Miller.
I would like to yield my time to Assistant Director Njoya.
Assistant Director Njoya.
Hi, my name is Assistant Director Njoya. I'm currently a senior in the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics, and I have had the opportunity to engage in undergraduate research. And something that I can say on Kyle's behalf is that a lot of professors gatekeep their research, which is interesting because the more students you have, the more funding you have, and it's just better overall for the undergraduate class. So I would say that his initiative to have more students know about these research labs is going to help Towson in the long run, because it's going to put us on the map. It's going to put our college on the map, and it's going to help us all because we're going to start getting recognition from facilities that will fund said research. I'm gonna take one more, so are there any other questions? I mean, any other people that want to speak on Kyle's behalf? Senator Farrell.
Hello. So I actually met Kyle before, him coming to GA. And honestly, I'm just like echoing a lot of the things that other people have said. He's a very smart, competent person. And he cares a lot about the student body, and I really implore all of our senators to confirm.
Before I ask if there are any motions on the floor, I also just want to attest to the fact that not only has Kyle sat in the back, like Vice President Britton has said, but he's also taken time outside of this academic and professional space. He's seen me on campus just walking around and has made it his mission, like come up and ask me questions, to get to know other members and to see how he would even begin a resolution process even before he, if he gets the chance to be confirmed today. So I definitely would encourage you all to vote for him today. With that, are there any motions on the floor? Government Operations Chair Kelly.
I call it a question resolution number 14.
Are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Biacoto. We will now move into a call to question. The call to question has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. We will now move into a vote. And with that, the vote has passed on Senate Resolution number 14 with the vote of 11-0-0. May you please bring Senator Hastings into the room. Hold your applause until he walks in. Thank you.
Okay, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully serve
that I will faithfully serve
the students of Towson University,
the students of Towson University,
execute all of the duties
all of the duties,
and responsibilities of this position,
responsibilities of this position,
and strive to achieve
and strive to achieve
the high level of expectation
the high level of expectation
that accompanies a position
that accompanies the position
within the Student Government Association
within the Student Government Association
of Towson University.
of Towson University.
I'll preserve, protect, and defend
I'll preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and all other governing documents
and all other governing documents
of the Student Government Association
of the Student Government Association
of Towson University
of Towson University to
to the best of my ability.
the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Senator Hastings, you can come sit next to one of our senators up here. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Scruggs?
Motion to review resolution number 8, or number 15.
Are there any seconds? A second. Thank you, Senator Rhines. The motion to review Senate Resolution number 15 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. You guys can find Senate Resolution number 15 on the back of the very last page, and may T. Davis please come to the floor. All right, you may present your case.
Hi, guys. I'm T. Davis, pronouns he, they. I was a part of the 104th administration, last academic year as the URG representative. Within URG, I am the director of advocacy. So, fight for change. I help make sure students who live on campus, make sure their voices are heard. I also provide them with the connections to campus partners such as auxiliary services, the hub, SOS, any of them. What else? What have I achieved? Yeah, somehow last year I managed to win Representative of the Year. I don't know how, but thank you. I'm shooting for that again, guys, letting you know now. Other than that, I have nothing else.
Are there any questions? All right, and with that, may you please step out while we deliberate. Thank you. Would anyone like to speak on the behalf of T. Davis, Appropriations Chair Miller?
Thank you. I had the opportunity to interact a lot with Representative Davis last year in the 104th administration. And I'm sure everyone in the 104th administration knows that Representative Davis always had a very thorough and informative report. We always knew everything that was going on with URG. And I learned so much about it. I don't live in any residence halls, so I learned about a lot of it through him. And T was always around through tabling events, anything and anywhere that he could be, he was there. So he's a very passionate representative.
Are there any other, President Ali?
I actually have had the honor of working with, through building council at Tower D. Yes, me and Deputy Chief Justice, Blandon worked with T, during building council at Tower D. I came in much later, but they've always been somebody who's been very passionate about the roles that they take up. And to see them get Representative of the Year is they deserve it. Appropriations Chair Miller said, I've never had seen somebody who's so informed about what they do and can articulate it so well. I don't think I've ever seen them read off notes ever. And I truly honestly would implore the Senate to allow them to be our URG representative once again.
Would anyone else like to speak on the behalf of T. Davis? Are there any motions? Sorry. I recommend that a member of the Senate yield their time to Deputy Chief Justice Blandon. Appropriations Chair Miller.
I would like to yield my time to Deputy Chief Justice Blandon.
Thank you.
Thank you. I also wanted to speak on the behalf of Representative Davis. Like President Ali said, I had the great opportunity of working with them on building council, and it was truly such an addition to our little board. It was 5 of us. They always cared a lot about the students, and he always worked very hard to make sure that they were advocating for students in the right way. Very hard worker, very dedicated, very people person, and I encourage the Senate to vote him in.
Would anyone else like to speak on the behalf of T. Davis? Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Scribble.
Call to question resolution number 15.
Are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Ryan. And with that, we'll be moving into a call to question on Senate Resolution number 15. The call to question for Senate Resolution number 15 has passed. We will now be moving into a vote. And with that, the vote on Senate Resolution number 15 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. May someone bring Representative Davis back into the room? Please hold your applause until they fully enter.
Please repeat after me. I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully serve
that I will faithfully serve
the students of Towson University,
the students of Towson University,
execute all of the duties
execute all of the duties
and responsibilities of this position,
and responsibilities of this position,
and strive to achieve
and strive to achieve
the high level of expectation
the high level of expectation
that accompanies the position
that accompanies the position
within the Student Government Association of
Within-
Towson University.
within the Student Government Association of Towson University.
I will I will preserve, protect, and defend
I will preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and all other governing documents
and all other governing documents
of the Student Government Association
of the Student Government Association
of Towson University
of Towson University
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Ryan?
Motion to review resolution number 8.
Are there any seconds?
A second.
Thank you, Senator Spillman. All right, and with that, the motion to review Senate Resolution number 8 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. May Senator Ryan please come present your resolution to the floor.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Imani Rhymes, Senator Rhymes, and I am presenting to you for the second reading, Senate Resolution number 8, which is a recognition of Suicide Prevention Awareness Month as our student government and a recommendation to the university as a whole to improve efforts in spreading Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, because as you guys know or don't know, that is the month of September, which we're in right now. Now, I already briefed you guys, I already told you guys a little bit of everything. I do want you guys to read through it with me and look at the changes made. There was an amendment to this, and I'm gonna read it. So therefore, it be it further resolved, the Student Senate urges Towson University to partner with the JED Foundation and pursue recognition as a JED campus, a nationally recognized designation achieved through a structured multi-year partnership in order to strengthen campus mental health systems, advance suicide prevention efforts, and demonstrate the university's lasting commitment to student well-being. There is also a change, the sentence before, or the line above that. It changes from the Department of Marketing to all departments, because I know that was a question last GA, if it would include all departments. And the GovOps committee found it best if it included all departments, which I totally stand by. Now, the amendment that was made, I talked a little bit about the JED Foundation, but I'll talk a little bit more this time, just so you guys are aware. The JED Foundation, in short, is a accreditation. Well, it's a foundation that was created because of a suicide that occurred to a university, regarding a university student. The JED Foundation was created by the parents, and it was to encourage universities to strengthen their efforts and provide more resources for regarding mental health. And the foundation accredits universities based off of their mental health efforts and how much they do to support their student body regarding suicide prevention, which is important. And if we were accredited as a JED campus, then we would be seen as a safe space. People would be a lot more educated here, starting from top down, admin, faculty, even students around campus would be a lot more educated and understand how to see the signs, prevent the signs, and all around just be a better place for Towson, which I feel like we all want. That's why we're here. So, and those are all the changes. Now, open it up to questions.
Are there any questions? I recommend that a member of the Senate yield their time to Director Matthews. Senator Scrum.
I yield my time to Director Matthews.
So if it were to be resolved, do you have any plans on acknowledging or honoring any of the deaths that have happened to students on campus that died by suicide or passed away by suicide?
Thank you, Director Matthews. That's a great question. And truthfully, I laying it all down here. I really wish that there was a way. But I looked into it and I talked and I tried, but due to legal reasons, the university just can't acknowledge, at least not by name, previous students who have died by suicide. Now I do want to though talk a little bit more about what we can do. And the first step is what we're doing right now. So bringing attention to the matter, debating on it. What we can do is in our own lives, look toward the prevention of suicide, for people around us, look for the signs, understand it, and actually in that respect, now legally, university can't do anything, but we're students. And so I would like us all to take a moment of silence for all the Towson students who have died by suicide, not just Towson students, but all people who have died by suicide in both recent years and not, so we can observe it. Thank you.
Government Operations Chair Kelly.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about what the JED Foundation would do for faculty and staff. One of the things that they do is they equipped staff how to respond if a student comes to them talking about if they have suicidal ideation. And one of the things we've talked about is that the difference between someone actually committing that can be prevented with one conversation. So if a professor knows how to respond to that, they can save that person's life. Thank you.
I know that this bill was heavily discussed in government operations, but I did just want to attest that I think this is a very well-researched resolution. On top of the fact that this is Senator Ryan's first resolution being put onto the floor. This is such a critical moment for Towson University. Mental health has been on uprising with a lot of students having difficulties with finances coming from like government officials and just multiple changes that universities are facing. So I do think, and I encourage senators to really think with their best, mindset and choices going into the voting. And I would be advised to pass this resolution today, from my personal opinion. But Appropriations Chair Miller.
Thank you. I just wanted to also express my support of this bill in addition to applaud the efforts that Senator Ryan has put into the research and collaboration with this. As many of you know, I am a psychology student that previously attended another institution, and a lot of the work that I did at that college had to do with research in this area. I worked with a lot of the powers at that campus in order to present to students and faculty about the importance of suicide prevention. And I think it's important that everyone pay attention to the whereas clause where it says 1 in 8 US college students have had suicidal ideation and over 1 in 4 college students self-harm. This is a huge pandemic for our college students and just for students to know that they have a safe support system and to train our staff and faculty to understand how to handle the situation should it arise, since it is so common. That is a priceless tool.
Are there any other questions for Senator Ryan? All right, thank you, Senator Ryan, for presenting your bill. Are there any motions on the floor? Appropriations, Chair Miller.
I would like to call the question Senate Resolution number 8.
Are there any seconds?
Second.
Thank you, Senator Williams. We will now be moving into a call to question on Senate Resolution number 8. All right, and with that, the call to question on Senate Resolution number 8 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. We will now be moving into a vote. And with that, Senate Resolution number 8 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. Congratulations, Senator Ryan. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Lawson, I'm sorry. Senator Lawson. Motion to review resolution number 9. Are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Burrow. The motion to review Senate Resolution number 9 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. May Government Operations Chair Kelly come present your resolution to the floor.
Good evening. So resolution number 9 deals with encouraging staff and faculty to use open educational resources. Specifically, the amendment that we made in committee is to ask the deans of each academic college to issue a statement encouraging their staff to adopt these wherever they can and basically notify these resources within their syllabus. This is all encouraging. We can't force anything. They have academic freedom to choose what type of materials they use, but I think in some cases, some professors might not be aware. If they do become aware, it can save students hundreds of dollars per semester.
Are there any questions? I recommend that a member of the Senate yield their time to Assistant Director Reese.
I yield my time to Assistant Director Reese.
Thank you, Senator Ryan.
Okay, so my question is about, I get that it's not like you can't force them to do it, but could we also kind of more so encourage them to also use Red Shelf a little more? Because I know it goes to the account and I know that still is like a charge, but it's kind of, I feel like it's an easier way to kind of include that in there.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that would fall
Yeah.
underneath them.
Are there any other questions for Government Operations Chair Kelly? All right, thank you, Government Operations Chair Kelly. Are there any motions on the floor? Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Ryan,
Call to question resolution number 9.
are there any seconds?
Second.
Thank you, Senator Graham. The call to question for Senate Resolution number 9 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. We will now be moving into a vote. And with that, Senate Resolution number 9 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. Congratulations, Government Operations Chair Kelly. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Piacolo?
A motion to review Senate Resolution number 10.
Are there any seconds?
A second.
Thank you, Senator Ryan. The motion to review Senate Resolution number 10 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. Government Operations Chair Kelly, please present your resolution.
Yeah, this one's pretty straightforward, just transparency. The legislative branch, President Ali is already working on this, so I don't need to say anymore.
Are there any questions? Senator Scrimmel.
I know I asked this last year, but I'm gonna ask again. Will there be any progress on publishing former administration's legislation?
That would take a lot of time, but I do know you can look up, we have an archive system where it actually tracks like all the previous stuff, like we have it uploaded on there. That's not like SJ, but it's like a part of the university website. If you like look up like Towson University archives or something.
Are there any other questions, President Ali?
Point of clarification. Point of clarification, when we start website, redeveloping our website, we will make an effort to put the archives page onto the website.
Are there any other questions? Thank you, Government Operations Chair Kelly. Are there any motions on the floor? Appropriations Chair Miller.
I would like to call the question, Senate Resolution number 10.
Are there any seconds?
Second.
Thank you, Senator Williams. We will now be moving into a call to question on Senate Resolution number 10. And with that, the call to question on Senate Resolution number 10 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. We will now be moving into a vote. And with that, Senate Resolution number 10 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. Congratulations again, Government Operations Chair Kelly. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Piacotto.
I motion to amend Senate Resolution number 11 to include Government Operations Chair Kelly and Appropriations Chair Miller as sponsors.
Are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Rhines. The motion to amend Senate Resolution number 11 has passed. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Scrimmel.
Motion to review Senate Resolution number 11.
Are there any seconds?
A second.
Thank you, Senator Rhines. The motion to review Senate Resolution number 11 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. May Government Operations Chair Kelly, Appropriations Chair Miller, and Senator Piacotto please present their resolution to the floor.
Happy Taco Tuesday, everyone. All right, good evening. So in fact, as you guys have seen, this has gone through the committee and it's been approved favorable with a number of amendments. Last year, I believe, many questions came and I was asked about, what exactly this piece of legislation entails, right? And so having sat down with the best Senate committee, we made a lot of changes and we got to really dissect this piece of legislation. And so I do want to first mention that, as I stated in the first GA, this piece of legislation serves as a first step in strengthening our cores as a university in our efforts to empower gender equality. And not only that, but to also further our research across all levels, right? And so I'd like to add that the amendments that have taken place within this piece of legislation starts with, I like to quote, whereas Towson University is the only institution in the United States ranked among the top 60 universities worldwide for gender equality. Whereas in the Times Higher Education Gender Equality Rankings, the University of Maryland, Baltimore County is placed within the 101 to 200 range, while the University of Maryland College Park is placed within the 401 to 600 range. Now, moving to our third amendment. Therefore, be it further resolved, the Student Senate urges Towson University to continue expanding access and support for female students by publishing a comprehensive account of the initiatives and policies that led to this achievement, thereby serving as a model for other institutions seeking to replicate its success. Thank you. And so, as you can see, I asked for our appropriations chair, who sat in on our last committee meeting, to come and stand here with me to sponsor this bill. And then, of course, my leader here is also standing to my right to also support this bill. So if you have any questions, I yield to the House. Yes, I'll yield to her to add. Thank you.
So I had proposed, I had come ready to propose to the Government Operations Committee, that therefore be it further resolved. I was really, taken with Senator Piacoto's, efforts to want to strengthen the courts in, gender equality. And a lot of people brought up the point that if we are already #1 in the United States, how do we do that? So I really thought that it would be good as a research-oriented person to encourage Towson to publish the efforts that it has done. Because once I looked into it further, that was where we found out that we are the only university in the United States in the top 60 in the world for gender equality. And other universities in Maryland are not anywhere near the top 100, respectfully. And so that was where the encouragement for Towson University to publish its findings came, so that we could lead as a model for gender equality, because we are one and we want to help uplift other universities around us. All of us can answer any questions you may have.
Are there any questions? All right, thank you, Government Operations Chair Kelly, Appropriations Chair Miller, and Senator Pugh. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Viola.
Call to question resolution number 11.
Any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Escom. And with that, the call to question for Senate Resolution number 11 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. We will now be moving into a vote. And with that, Senate Resolution number 11 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. Congratulations, Senator Piacoto. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Williams.
Motion to review Senate Bill number 1.
Any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Appropriations Chair Miller. The motion to review Senate Bill number 1 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. May I have Senator Lawson, Senator Farrell, and President Ali come present Senate Bill number 1.
Hello. So yeah, as we reviewed in the last GA, just changing the director of marketing to campus relations to further align with our goals as an 105th administration. Additionally, adding more responsibilities to the director of communication. And yeah.
Basically, this bill is just adding some more responsibilities, like Senator Farrell said, to the Director of Communications, making them more of an internal communications body that communicates updates with inside of SGA, and then Campus Relations is more external, in charge of making sure that we are meeting our transparency goals and creating content and producing content so the student body knows that what SGA is doing with inside of its body.
Are there any questions? Senator Anzalova.
Oh. Hello.
Hi, hello. In regards to the question I asked last year about if any of those things would be ensure that those newsletters, flyers, and social media posts would be accessible towards the disabilities or language barrier students. And I know you did say, you said that it's going to be accessible towards the student with disabilities, but would there be any for students that has language barriers, that speak other languages or would need help translating those?
Yes, last Tuesday, I believe I said that it wasn't something that came up within the changes of the bill, just because it is something that we plan to adopt as an administration in general. I think the only thing that's calling out on social media since last Tuesday was the current GA post. And if communications didn't add a translation, then I would talk to them about that again, but that is something that we will make sure is implemented going forward. Thank you. Of course.
Any questions, Appropriations Chair Miller?
So I know this has been touched on a bit between the two general assemblies, but would you mind please expanding on how you foresee these changes affecting the student government going forward?
I'm gonna ask for further clarification with your question, and I'm gonna ask the question, do you mean administrations after us, sorry? Or do you just mean how do I plan to maneuver this throughout the whole entire administration?
Overall, how do you foresee the, transitions going with the, amendments to the responsibilities, and how do you foresee this allowing student government to run smoother?
Definitely. Thank you so much for asking that question. We actually started with overall breakdown of both jobs last Tuesday. We sat down with the communications team and the now marketing team, but after this campus relations team, we just explained how their roles would shift or how their roles were different from what the roles they applied for were. The shift is not a ginormous jump. It's just it's just a separation between jobs, so students within SGA know who to go to for certain information. So how this will work for SGA internally, if you wanted to make a campaign to explain an appeal process, you would go to campus relations and ask them to sit down and to come up with an idea for a campaign, to come up with an idea to push out a video or to push out a TikTok or to push out a reel. If you wanted to send out a general update about signing up for the blood drive, you would go to communications and you would ask them to send out an update throughout the GroupMe or throughout email. Just so students within SGA are students first, and a lot of the times, a lot of our communication gets backlogged because we're students first and we're responding to our professors' emails and responding to this email and that email. We might forget or might slip our mind to respond to a GroupMe message or to send something out in GroupMe. So I wanted to provide a department within SGA that can help the students within SGA better function in their roles, as well as help eBoard better function in their roles as well too.
Amazing, thank you.
Are there any other questions? All right, thank you, President Ali, Senator Lawson, and Senator Farrell. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Skroma? Call to question, Senate Bill number 1. Any seconds? A second. Thank you, Senator Ryan. We will now move into a call to question on Senate Bill number 1.
And with that, to call the question for Senate Bill number 1 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. We will now be moving into a vote. And with that, the vote on Senate Bill number 1 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. Congratulations, Senator Lawson, Senator Farrell, and President Long. Are there any motions on the floor? Appropriations, Chair Miller.
Motion to inquire Senate Bill number 2.
Any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Williams. And with that, the motion to inquire Senate Bill number 2 has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. May Government Operations Chair Kelly please come present your bill to the floor.
Okay, good evening, everybody. So Senate Bill number 2 deals with the responsibilities of the Government Operations Committee. I would like to preface to say that this would not replace what we do at Tiger Pride Day, but it would complement what we do. In the Maryland legislature, they introduce hundreds of bills every session. And usually we only take a position on like 10, but I would like to see us taking more positions on several different bills that affect students. So this would also include not only supporting bills, but in some case opposing bills. In not every situation are we going to support something. In some cases, it might infringe on students' right of free speech. So we want to take a stand against that. So this would basically, any senator within or without the committee would be able to write a resolution saying we support this bill or we oppose it, then we vote on it, and then we could submit it online to the Maryland General Assembly. They have a whole list of all the organizations that support it or oppose it, and they do read those in the committees, by the way. So they do take our input seriously. And so, yeah, I just feel like we shouldn't limit our advocacy at the state level to one day. We might as well continue to do it throughout the whole year, semester. So, yeah.
All right, thank you, Government Operations Chair Kelly. Considering that this is first reading, when we take questions, it'll be non-debatable and technical only. And considering the time, I'll only be taking 1 to 3 questions. So are there any questions on the floor? Attorney General Son.
I guess it's like a clarification question. So would this be like something you guys do during like Rules Committee or Good Ops Committee?
So it would be basically, it would be like a regular resolution. Any senator can.
Oh, on the floor?
Yeah, we would
Oh,
vote on it
okay.
as a Senate, and then once it gets passed or not, that would be like our position on that. The way I look at it is that Tiger Pride Day would be like things that we prioritize, so we want to go face to face. But this is stuff like still important, but not a priority, but that.
I get you.
I recommend that a member of the Senate yield their time to Director Edwards. Appropriations Chair Miller.
I yield my time to Director Edwards.
Thank you. Hi, so will senators be doing like research, self-guided, and then have the opportunity to put something on the floor if they want to? Is that the direction that?
Yeah, but they could go through the Maryland General Assembly, look through the committees. If they find a bill that relates to higher education that affects students, and they feel like SJ needs to take a position on that,
Okay,
absolutely.
so it won't be like a extra committee or like a part of your meetings that
We
you carve
would
out?
review that resolution in the government operation.
Of course, prior
Yeah.
to being on the floor, so, okay, thank you. Senator Rivera Forbes.
I don't know if this is, I'm trying to word it right.
Oh, you got it.
Okay. It could start with wood, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would you consider, no, okay, would this be Yes, in collaboration with the director.
I'm getting a shake of the head from Vice President Britton. Okay,
That's not-
continue.
Oh, okay, we're trying to debate on that, okay. Would this be in collaboration with the director of, I think it's governmental?
Yeah, the answer is yes.
Oh, okay, curious. Thank you.
All right, I recommend that a member of the Senate yield their time to Assistant Director Enjoya. Senator Scrivner.
I yield my time to Assistant Director Enjoy.
Just to clarify, all of the, like, the bills that you all will be working on are coming directly from the Maryland General Assembly.
Yeah, that's really the only legislation we would take positions on, because they affect students here. We wouldn't go like out of state or like that too.
So, what students would you be open to?
Point of order. That's second reading. All right. Are there any announcements? Thank you, Government Operations Chair Kelly. Due to time, we have to stop asking questions. Feel free to write any questions down that you still had and presented for second reading. Government Operations Chair Kelly will also be more than happy to answer them after GA. He so kindly wants to. Are there any announcements on the floor? Chief of Staff Hurley.
Okay, so our photo shoot will be September 25th. We're gonna meet in the office. Okay. We're gonna meet in LA. The first floor, so it's easy for everybody to get to. At 5, it'll be during that pre-meeting, so it may run over, so be prepared for that, plan accordingly. It is mandatory, so don't submit an absence request, it is mandatory. Also, the pre-meeting that is this week is mandatory as well, the career fair, pre-meeting, so be prepared to be there too. That won't run over, that'll be 5 to 6, so prepare for it. Oh yeah, they are having food, so. Yeah.
Quick question. I know that you said it's mandatory, but if we already submitted an absence request for Attorney General Sonia, do we have to wait for that to be approved for you, or is that a conversation?
If you happen to miss our e-board photo shoot, that's okay. Like if you can't make it, that's fine. Later during the semester, we'll have a headshot workshop to make up for it. You just won't be in e-board photos. No, you just won't be in admin photos. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was my question for this career, this.
Events are mandatory, yes, but as long as you are submitting an absence request form through the proper policies and procedures, you are allowed to be absent.
Any other questions, Senator Rivera Forbes?
Okay, I'm gonna be quick. So for the, cause I'm pretty sure the dress code is gonna be our new attire. Yeah, people like me that can't fit mine.
Yeah, if something doesn't fit, and it's like crazy big or crazy small, if it fits a little bit, like, you'll be fine, but, just let us know, and we can order some more and figure it out for you.
Point of order.
It's, point of clarification, no, because it's one photo, the polo you're wearing, okay, I'm so sorry. For photos on September 25th, you will be in your polos, it is one photo. If the polo doesn't fit you, we can have further conversations for that, but for the photo on September 25th, I expect everybody to be in their polos.
All right, due to time, if you have any other questions for Chief of Staff Hurley, may you please just ask after General Assembly. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Lawson?
Motion to adjourn.
Are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Hurley. Please do not start packing up yet. We have not officially adjourned. And with that, the motion to adjourn has passed with a vote of 11-0-0. General Assembly is officially adjourned now. Oh, senators, please bring your clickers to the front and please put all nameplates in the back. Thank you.
I'm always sure.
Yes.
And if you have schools, I would quickly.